still got to fix that countdown.
Yeah, it's they're Microsoft seconds or something.
Yeah, they're Microsoft seconds.
Yeah.
About 26 minutes till your install is finished. 2 hours later.
Yes.
How are you this evening, gentlemen?
Hey, things are good. Hey, welcome to Old World Tech Fridays, Sunday edition. You can tell that it's a Sunday edition because the cartoons are in color.
Correct. And the day that it happens.
Yes.
And we're all eating ice cream.
That does have something to do with it.
Nice.
Oh, that's a different show that I'm on where we review ice cream.
Oh,
it's called Sunday's edition. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. That's pretty good. Sunday edition.
We should do that.
I would eat some ice cream. That would be fun. I haven't had ice cream in a long time, actually, because I've been trying to be good.
Yeah.
I had
a miniature ice cream sandwich today. It was very not satisfying because it was very small.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like the small chocolate bars. You just eat more of them. So, unless you can like only dispense a single ice cream bar at a time.
My big thing that I'm looking forward to, because it is it's Easter time in the Northern Hemisphere. The Cadbury like the little eggs, not the cream egg, the little like milk chocolate eggs. In years past, when I was at my heaviest, I could eat like the huge bag of them like in a day,
Yeah.
But now I get one of the little bags and that's it. I'll have like couple every, like, I think there's 20 in the bag. So I have like 4 of them a day for a week at work. And then that's it.
Right.
I feel like I'm over it at that point.
Yeah. Now, are they the individually wrapped ones, or are you talking about like
it's
hard
Cadbury? Again, it's a small, and when I mean small, I mean like that big, like the size of an almond.
Right.
Chocolate. It's just chocolate, and then it has like a shell on it.
Okay.
Like a little candy shell.
Yeah.
It's like an M&M, only bigger.
Yeah.
Well, it's like dusty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to describe it, but they're Cadbury.
It's like a chalky, but not chalky.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, they're pastel colors.
We call them mini eggs here. I don't know if that's what they're called.
That's probably what they're called here too. Yeah,
isn't
Cadbury mini egg.
Old Cadburys that have been temperature shocked and they get that.
Oh no, you're talking about the white crust. No, different type of crust.
Oh yeah, that's a different thing where all the fat comes to the surface on cheap chocolate.
Yeah. But it's not even cheap chocolate. If you take good chocolate and make it old, it does it too. Yeah.
I think it's just at that point it's just experienced.
Yeah.
It's
like a good aged wine.
Disappointed by American chocolate.
It is very disappointing. I will agree. The best thing you got going for you guys is M&M's and Hershey's, and besides that, I could not take any of it.
Yeah.
When they start substituting 4-letter acronyms for cocoa butter.
Yeah. Was it super hydrogenated chocolate-like alternative?
I don't remember what it is. It's got a low melting point, which is what cocoa butter does for chocolate.
Yeah.
So
it's just kind of one of those things. You have to keep in mind there's 2 things about the US. It's basically set up for everything to be as cheaply made as possible. And there is still a puritanical mindset in most things. So if it's really good, then it's like
bad for the soul.
Yeah, it's bad for your soul. And
I mean, going back to chocolate there, like you guys don't even eat Kinder eggs anymore because of a choking hazard. You can't.
We do have them. Yeah, we do. We have them. Yeah, they're back, but they're different than elsewhere.
Right, they have like a toy in a separate part of the apparatus.
Yeah, it's just included. It's just included with it. Yeah.
And I like CDI says Hershey's has not been what it was 30 years ago. I agree. Hershey Kisses are not as good today as they were when I was a child. around 10, 15 years ago, maybe, or a little bit longer. They switched to a more like creamy sort of milk chocolate, and it just doesn't have the same what you expect from a Hershey Kiss. Anyway, we could talk about men's fashion and chocolate all night long.
We could.
Oh, let's talk about what are you partaking of there?
This is an 18-year-old Glenfiddich.
Oh, nice.
A custom Volkswagen glass that Angela had made for me.
Very neat.
Volkswagen was on it. Yes, that was a birthday gift from one of my good friends, Matt. We often, every birthday, we tend to give each other some good scotches with the understanding that we get to drink it with each other. So really, we're just buying scotch for ourselves.
Yeah.
I like that arrangement. That's nice.
It's a good arrangement. It's a good arrangement. Him and his father also make a fantastic microbrew. They have been brewing beer for a few years now, and they do quite a good job of it. So,
very cool.
Yeah. Fun hobbies, right? What else are you going to do in your time off? Speaking of fun hobbies.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's Ryan, your hobby took you somewhere recently.
It did. I just came back, what is it now, 2 weeks ago from VCF Montreal. Yeah. It was a arduous journey through the cold Arctic wilderness to Montreal.
Didn't you go kind of south-ish?
Yeah, but it's weird because as I went south, it got colder.
Oh, okay.
Funny how that jet stream works. But yes, it was one day we were there. It was minus 42 with the wind chill, which in Freedom Eagles is, I don't know.
Oh, that's about negative 40 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, too. Thereabouts. Yeah. It was quite cold, and it got so cold actually, and I'll talk about this later. But the fuel line on my rental car froze, so I actually could not start my rental car. So that was fun. But yes, we left around 5 o'clock in the morning Friday, the day before the conference. We flew from here to Montreal. Myself and one of our local retro guys, Mark. We then proceeded to pick up a rental car, and I am happy to report that part of the trip was spent hitting every value village, which is like Savers in the States.
Yeah.
In the greater Montreal area. We hit every single one of them, and I've got some of my fantastic finds here next to me, which we'll go through shortly.
Cool.
But it was an enjoyable experience hitting every one of the value villages, or the Savers, as you would call them, in the greater Montreal area. But yeah, it's about an hour or so. The weather was kind of hindering some traffic movement, but it was about an hour from where we were in the airport to get to the location of the event. It was a beautiful facility. It's the Royal Military College in Montreal, so it is a military base, but also a area of higher learning, I guess. So they have fantastic facilities. We spent most of our time in two buildings. One was the mess hall, which also had the conference center that we were in for the sort of like the displays, if you will, and the vendors area. And then we had the talks were about a 6-7 minute walk across the campus in minus 42, uphill both ways in my grandparents' pajamas. But yeah, it was good. The talks were great. I got to take in only one talk because I was so busy, doing other things, meeting with people, having a chat. But I got to go meet, and for the first time, I've talked to him lots of times on the internet, but I got to meet Leo of Naboo fame.
Yeah, very cool.
Anybody who has a Naboo, I got to meet Leo. Leo is one of the, I guess, main programmers for the Naboo back in the 80s.
Yep.
For anybody who doesn't know what a Naboo is, I guess you've been under a rock for the last couple of years. But
actually, they've been trapped on Alderaan, so they haven't made it over there just yet.
Right. Luke, use the Force. Run to Dagobah. But yeah, I met Leo, and he gave me some fantastic Naboo swag. So I have some official Naboo stickers. That's great. I also have a very rare, very official Naboo lapel pin.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes. So I got a couple of these actually, and he wanted me to give them to some of my students. So there are a couple of students who will be getting these this year in my tech classes. So that was fun. So it was great to meet Leo. Got to see his talk. There was a lot of stuff that even I didn't know about the Naboo, even though I've been kind of involved in the community for the last couple of years. So it was kind of cool to see some of that stuff. And it's been a while since I've dabbled with the Nabu emulator. It has functionality has gone through the roof compared to the last time that I used it. So that was kind of cool to be kind of caught up on some of the stuff that's changed since the last time I used it.
Yeah.
And it was just great to meet some people. So I got to meet Frederick. I've got to meet of Micro Hobbyist fame. I got to meet Michael or Mikael of One Bit Fever Dreams, as well as I got to meet Mike Futures Retro. He drove up from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there? There was a whole pile of people.
Yeah.
I got to meet from oh goodness, Cygen Studios. I don't know if you ever follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to meet the guys from Cygen. They were fantastic. We ended up actually having a party after the event was over. It was quite enjoyable. We went up to one of the top floor rooms. They had a suite, and we spent a couple hours up there regaling retro tech and drinking libations and eating food from everyone's respective provinces and whatnot. So it was a lot of fun. So that was pretty much the whole weekend. The venue was great, like I said. The food was fantastic. Like anything that you do for the first time, there's obviously growing pains and things that need to be addressed. But it seems like Nicholas got all that well in hand for the next one, which may or may not happen sooner than we think. I'm looking forward to making VCF Montreal a yearly stop for me for sure.
Well, that's great.
It's kind of had that bit of an itch since I haven't been to VCF Midwest, so it was nice to be able to fill that itch and have be part of a larger community again and to meet some great people. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's good.
So hopefully, two of you guys will show up someday.
Yes.
From the Great White North.
It just has to happen not in January, because that's one of those bad months of the year for people that work in education.
Yeah.
And it needs to not be like during one of the worst winter weather events the United States has had in a decade.
But I will say, as bad as the weather was, because it was a deterrent for a lot of people, they still had a large number of people show up. So, there clearly was a demand and people were willing to, sacrifice themselves on the highway, I guess, to get to the venue. But yeah, it was quite well received and quite well attended. So it was an enjoyable event.
It was quite a lot of things.
It was quite a lot of things. Yes. Kudos to Nicholas and his team.
Yes.
They did a great job. Yeah. So
it's way cool.
Talked for about 12 minutes now. So what?
Why don't you show some of the neat things that you got?
Sure. Can do.
We should probably stick with it and let you get it out of your system before we go to the next thing.
Yeah, sounds good. So a lot of the stuff that I picked up was software because it's easy to ship and easy to pack. Because as you probably may or may not know, I brought a large quantity of things with me, and so I had a fair bit of space to come back with stuff. But I tried to curb my enthusiasm and only take back things that I would actually need.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of hardware. There was a couple of small things that I picked up, but I guess the only real piece of hardware that I did pick up was the $9 SCSI zip disk, because when you see a SCSI zip disk, you just got to pick it up because at some point they're not going to be available.
Right.
It might be 20 years from now, but it's possible. Yeah. So I picked up a bunch of software. So we'll start with some of the newer stuff that I got. We were always looking for things in the CD sections of the Value Villages because they don't really have, most of them don't have game sections. Now, some of them did. So I actually ended up picking up a copy of Grand Theft Auto Liberty City.
Nice.
Which was, I think I already have, but this is a Windows Vista version because, Vista is now technically, I suppose, vintage. As terrifying as that is.
It was vintage when it was released.
It sure felt like it.
Yeah.
Mike's asking, did I grab the Apple IIc flat panel? No. The gentleman knew what it was worth. I did my, usual, I'll give you $50 for it. It did not happen, obviously. And I think he ended up putting it up on eBay for about $800 Canadian, which is still a pretty good deal, but outside of my price bracket.
Yeah.
One game that I was always following as a child, but never actually bought when it came out, was Duke Nukem Forever because it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I bought it when it was $2.99. So
Nice.
I got this interesting Mac-specific enemy engaged game. I've never seen it before. It's a helicopter simulator of some sort.
Yeah.
Thought it might be a bit of fun. I picked up a copy of Unreal Tournament because
why not?
You always need a copy of Unreal Tournament, even though I think I have like
does.
six or seven. I got obviously the person who donated the stuff to Valley Village also had a copy of the expansion for Liberty City.
Yeah.
So that I picked that up as well. And because everybody wants to know whether or not it'll run, a copy of Crisis.
Yes.
You got to have a copy of Crisis.
You do.
Which again, I think I have a couple of copies of it, but you never leave a copy of Crisis behind. Then a couple of fun things. I got this weird shareware disc. You remember everybody and their brother were making shareware discs back in the day.
Yes.
But I don't think this has been archived, so I grabbed it. So at least it could be archived for reasons.
Future nostalgia.
Sure, we'll go with that. I also picked up another shareware disc called Wazanta's Best for Windows, PC Windows.
Okay. I don't know who Wazanta is, but
apparently, here's your ticket to the best software, freeware, and shareware programs available for PC Windows. This disc contains over 14,000 quality files, including the latest releases, categories which include business, computer-aided design, databases, education, games, home, music, networks, printers, programming, telecommunications, utilities, and many more. Over 30 categories in all. There's no need to search through thousands of mediocre shareware sites anymore. You can use the Spotlight program on the CD to find it all.
To find all the mediocre shareware stuff.
Correct.
Yes.
And this was actually, now that's funny. I didn't know such a place exists. I thought Grand Rapids was in Michigan, but this says Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's
There's
a place
several.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one of the coolest things I picked up, Ron, you're probably not going to like it because it is the French edition but it's Blade Runner, the PC game.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, as you can see in the bottom, it is the
version
Francois.
Yes.
So that's some of the newer stuff that I found, and then I've got a bunch of vintage stuff. But first, I guess it's sort of vintage, but it's new. I picked up a copy of Angry Robots, which is a new game that's made for the Macintosh. It's a lot of fun. It's very similar to Chips Challenge. And if anybody, I grew up playing Chips Challenge, so that was kind of fun. I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy a copy. The guy who actually created this game was actually at the event, and he had a bunch of computers showing off the game. So it was a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I was on the Kickstarter for that. It was pretty good.
Okay, I bought another game. I think it's a game. I think it's a simulator actually, but it is Next Step Mars. I just thought the title was funny. It's just Next Step Mars.
Yeah, why not?
Mars. I like that. Anyway, it's a CD game if you want to call it that, but I think it's just an exploration of Mars through graphics. Although there appears to be some like ancient aliens type small fine print down here talking about like lost Atlantis on Mars.
Did ancient aliens really build the pyramids? Read the book.
Read the book, yes. I picked up a copy of still in the box. It's War. I don't know why it is possessive over war, but it's War.
It is War.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yes.
Anyway, it's both 3D and like an real-time strategy. So there's top-down tabletop games, and then for the smaller battles, you actually go in and like 3D tank control and whatnot. So it's kind of weird. And then I figured I'd jump on the bandwagon. I hear all the kids talking about this new operating system, so I figured, you know what, I might as well give it a try. I picked up a copy of Debian Linux.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the most powerful 32-bit OS available right now. And as an added bonus, it comes with a copy of Myth too.
Wow.
Demo.
Wow.
So,
demo, no less.
Yeah. And it feels like either there's a really large quantity of CDs in here, or there's a very thick manual. This is got some girth to it. And then on the free pile, I grabbed a copy of CD-ROM Toolkit. I don't know why, but it's nice to see Mac software.
Yes.
It's in box, and it's accelerated for the Power Macs, which is
That's
key.
always good.
And then I think what's going to be part of I think I'm going to do this as a Marcintosh video. I've never done a real Marcintosh video, but I think I'm going to do one this year on a game that I think is absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
Capitalist Pig.
Capitalist Pig. Yeah.
Right, and specifically made for the most expensive personal computer available on the market at the time. I think that's hilarious. So I think I'll do a little video on maybe playing this game. I've never played it before. I have no idea. I assume it's some sort of
Monopoly.
Sim City meets Monopoly meets Sim Tower. That's the kind of vibe I got with the picture on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if the stockholders jump out the windows.
Yeah, on Black Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be a cyborg robot that protects people.
Yeah,
things like that.
And then the last thing,
invest with me if you want to live.
And the last thing I purchased was a copy of Operation Panzer.
Yeah.
Because anytime I see an SSL game, SSI game, I want to buy it because I like their boxes.
Yeah.
And, this apparently was a very popular game back in the day, but again, French version. So
that will happen.
C'est la vie. Could be worse. If they had won, we would have been a German version.
Yeah.
And that's what I picked. And I did get two other things which are great. I assume you guys have these down in the States. The Quick Pick screwdrivers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So I found two of them at Valley Village for like $3, and they have all their bits. I picked them up because they're handy little screwdrivers. And these are actually Torx, which is great for cracking open Macs. So, and that is my haul.
Cool.
You also had the big white traveling case of stuff that you took with you, right?
I did, yes. I brought down a pile of stuff to give away, all of which was like, I said this in our little review of VCF Montreal we did there a couple of days ago, but the scene in Finding Dory, when all the seagulls show up, that's what the free pile was like, because as soon as we put stuff out on the free pile, it disappeared. Yeah. It was gone. It was like feeding the fish at an aquarium. It was just, there they were. Mine. Yeah, exactly. So it was good. Everything I brought got taken, and then I brought a few things for donations. So I brought a Hyperion for donations, so they could. I thought they might have an auction, but they didn't. They ended up having just a consignment sale. So they sold it, and whatever profit they made, they took. Nice. Which obviously, if they didn't pay anything for it, it's full profit. Right. So they sold my Hyperion, and actually Nicholas, the showrunner, bought it. So I'm excited to see him actually get that running and working again. And then I also brought a TI 99, which I gave away in box with a bunch of games and stuff. And I brought an Amiga 500 because I had 3 and I don't need 3. So yeah, it was a fun time. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Nice.
11 out of 10 would recommend.
Well, I'm glad that you had a good time. It is. It's always sort of one of those things when it's the first time that there's an event that you really want to. You want it to be successful if possible. So, so that way you can have more fun things in the future. So.
And that's why I viewed my donations as being a way to make sure that next year we have just as good a time. And I would love to see. I think Nicholas said there was about 350 people a day for across both days. I think that's what the number he's throwing around, or somewhere around there. So if we can double that next year or triple it, let's do it. It'll be a lot of fun to have that many in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so very cool.
Yeah, very exciting.
Cool. So, gentlemen, it is, of course, the eve of the largest, most important event in American history, the Superb Owl, the 60th Superb Owl.
Yes, I was going to say the Superb Owl is happening today.
Correct.
My family does not partake. When I was a young person, in the various houses I grew up in, it always seemed like punishment. That it was basically that this occupied an entire day, like football in general, that it just occupied an entire day, and that's everything was focused on that. And if you're a kid that grows up with Sunday scaries, it didn't make it any better. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never
on the TV right now across from me, but yes,
I've never actually watched the Super Bowl, so it wasn't something my parents were into. So,
we would just watch it for fun, and it really started, maybe 15, 20 years ago. It was just we would watch it only the Super Bowl. That's all we ever watched, and we'd have to pick a team, and I always went with the Patriots because they always win, and it was just sort of something fun to do on a Sunday night. But
yeah,
we weren't invested in it. I'm not a true fan, I guess, but like it's currently playing on the television across from me. You obviously can't see it, but yeah. Again, watch it mostly for the advertisement.
Yeah.
We had a conversation earlier today about how that is like the most uniquely American thing. That it's like we watch this sporting event to watch millionaires run around and do stuff, and then the people that don't care about that are like, oh, I'm there to be advertised to be marketed to. So it's like, I mean, I don't know that there's anything wrong with it. People should just enjoy the things that they enjoy. But it's just
Brian's glasses.
All of a sudden, I just hear a knock on my door. It's the NFL. Yes. I hear they're very litigious.
They are. They are not.
Yeah, I'm rebroadcasting it. Nobody will care.
Yes.
Actually, Bad Bunny is currently performing, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for everyone. Whatever it is that they're into.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of new events and trying new things and stuff, me and a couple of like-minded people in the Lansing, Michigan area are starting up a local vintage computer club. Yeah. And there's a very active one that's towards Detroit. So it's southeastern Michigan. And we've met there a couple of times. And, there's a number of people in the Lansing area. So we've got our first event date. We got a location. Nice. There's a maker shop.
Nice.
That won't charge us if it's a public event. So that's perfect in my words.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
money. So March 14th.
Awesome.
So we're going to just have tables with demonstrations and presentations and maybe a little sales, and then also give away a system. Do a raffle.
Is it a Macintosh Plus?
Probably.
How did I guess?
I have like 5. We'll probably have multiple things that we'll give away. I also have an extra Commodore 64. I might do that, but it's kind of hard to do anything with one of those unless you've got a fast flash or something like that with it. So,
but that's half the fun. You have to make them learn what it was like back. You have to load that and wait.
Now you have to write your game into the type your game into the computer.
Yes.
Don't make a mistake.
Here's a book. See all these numbers? Just type them in. Peek, poke.
I remember. Speaking of that, I remember like when I was in maybe elementary school or might have been early junior high. We had an older math program, and it had basic stuff in the actual. And we would always look at it and be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
But I remember a teacher saying, "Oh, back in the day, there was older computers you could type that into, and it would work."
You can do that now, but sure, you can do it now as well.
Yes.
So I don't know if we're gonna get, the 5 people that happen to be at the makerspace that day, or if we're gonna get 100 people. So who knows?
Well, like I tell people, Eric, if I can run a group here on an island in the North Atlantic with a very small population, and we get, we have 2,000 members with an active, probably 25 are really active, we'll say.
Yeah.
But 2,000 people are members of the group on Facebook. Anybody can do it. You can have it anywhere.
Yep.
from Timbuktu to the peninsula in Michigan to,
the halls of Tripoli.
Sure. Or the, moons of Mordor. Or the halls of Mordor, sorry.
Something. Yeah.
Something, yes.
Moons are fine. That's fine.
Moons are fine. Mordor has moons? I don't know. I don't think it does.
I mean, I guess it just depends on how saucy the orcs are at that moment.
Yes, this is true. True. It depends on how much they've had to drink that evening.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes, fantastic. Well done. Have you given yourself a name yet?
Yeah, it's the Lansing Area Vintage Computer Club.
Lansing Area.
Very, very original.
Lavac.
Vic Lavac from Alice.
That's awesome, Eric. So when did you say your first meeting is?
It'll be March 14th, so a Saturday. The maker space, it's kind of like, well, you could have this area here, but if they start up the saws, you're not going to be able to hear each other talk. And I'm like, the kitchen area looks good. Yeah, you might get a little traffic to the fridge, but sure. I'm
Perfect.
Like, that works. Well, we're going to use both areas, actually.
That's good.
So that way,
I feel it's one of those things. It's like when you take out a bunch of vintage computers, people aren't going to turn the saws on because they're going to be more interested in what you're doing.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't know. There's other possibilities of areas, of locations. Unfortunately, most of them want, money for them, and we're trying to bootstrap. So,
sure. We used our local libraries pretty heavily.
They want money here.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Mucho money. I tried community centers. They won't even respond because it's nothing they want to. I tried to do the recycle, reuse, kind of logic behind it.
One of the things you could do is and if you could coordinate it, again, it might require you to take some money, or I'm not sure how the recycling initiatives work in Michigan, but have a e-waste drop-off morning. Right?
We talked. There is no in our local area. There is no place to take spicy pillows. You can take battery devices and drop them off for recycling, but not if they're spicy.
Yeah.
Really, they won't take them.
Well, one of the vendors that's a site says, "Yeah, I think we got a barrel in the back. We'll just toss it in there." And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't give you the spicy pillow.
Yeah.
We have a space at our dump that's only open Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
To drop off what they call hazardous materials, and you can drop off anything from radioactive stuff down to spicy pillows. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out a place to. We have a local university. It's possible I might be able to work out something with them.
I mean, they've got to be putting it somewhere, so maybe find out where they're sending it.
Right? Exactly.
Well, where do you send it at work? Like you must experience it at work.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Frankly, all of our equipment is leased.
Right.
All goes back to whoever leases it to us, and they do whatever. So.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm hopeful that we'll get some traffic and
that's exciting.
See where it goes.
And the first thing we did was we got some stickers made. We've got a little business card made that we could give out to people. That seemed to be pretty popular, especially.
Yeah.
The other thing we did, and maybe again you can bootstrap it, is we were very big with the local science fiction conventions, and they often have community groups that are allowed to attend for free.
Right.
And set up tables and set up areas. So maybe reach out to your local.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm the elder member of the group, so getting the younger kids to actually call and talk to people is a bit of a challenge. But
for sure.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a fun event. And
I hope so. It'll be fun for me. I'm going to play with computers, so
and you're going to get rid of one of your many Mac Pluses potentially.
Hopefully.
That's funny.
I like pictures of Eric on the corner with like a trench coat on. Hey kid, you want to buy a Mac Plus?
Yeah. Here's a bunch of floppies to go with it.
Just a taste, he said.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I did set up a couple of machines at work too, and
Okay.
got one of the programmers came over to look at it. He says, "I remember these from elementary school." I said, "Shut up, kid."
Yeah.
So well, that's cool.
That's funny.
That's awesome. So, Ron, what's new in your world?
Not a whole terrible lot. I've just been doing the stuff I normally do. I've had some really good interviews recently and
You've been
made
doing a
a
lot
couple of
of
fun.
work.
Yeah, I've got some cool videos that will be coming out from March and Posh.
Nice.
I actually just did a interview the other day with someone who worked at Apple in the very, very beginning. So they've got a funny Macintosh story from when they were on the Macintosh team. So that'll be part of the video that's going to come out.
Awesome.
And they were very briefly, they were more of an Apple II team member, but then they also worked for LucasArts and they worked for Nintendo and they worked for a million
They're
companies.
ticking all your boxes, Ron. They're ticking all your boxes.
Yes. So it was a really interesting interview. So I'll post that shortly. But I actually I had a live stream that I did today was based around something I've been wanting to do for a bit, which is there's a game that Double Fine Entertainment, which has a lot of people that work there that used to work for LucasArts. Tim Schafer, that's his company. He's the guy that kind of was behind Grim Fandango and Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle, the Maniac Mansion sequel and stuff like that. So he interesting guy. He's got a really nice studio. They make a ton of really great games, and I necessarily wasn't into everything contemporary to when they came out, but I actually did a little video about this game recently. It's called Broken Age. They did a Kickstarter for this, and actually I guess this was like one of the biggest money-making Kickstarters of all time at the time. And they eventually released it in like a little big box, just as like a little promotional thing when they finally got it out the door. This is actually really cool. There's like a documentary in here and the actual game and a bunch of other things, but they've made some other games that have not. So, kind of think about what this looks like in your brain. They've made a ton of other games. Not necessarily everything got the big box treatment. They made a game that came out 15 years ago today. If you were watching this on February 8th, 2026, 15 years ago today, that's called Stacking. This is a game that is kind of a high concept game. And so I made a box. This is a box that I made.
Oh, wow.
This is just the lid. Nice. Yeah, but it's
cool.
It's a little shiny compared to like a real one, but basically photo printing, can get you so far. So, but I tried to make this in the exact same style as the original or the other boxes that they've made in the past. But this game is it's kind of neat. It's about Russian, or it's not Russian, but the nesting dolls, Russian nesting dolls. They have a special name, but the game you play as a nesting doll that can nest inside the other characters that exist in this game world, and basically they you can take on their capabilities and stuff.
Oh,
so
neat.
Yeah, so it's and the whole game is told through that world and kind of there's no dialogue, so all the exposition and stuff like that. It's kind of like part stage play, part silent movie. And so like all the music in the game is like, you think about like you go to the silent movie and there's somebody at the front playing piano playing the soundtrack. That's the soundtrack for the game. So it's really it's very much a throwback. So it is, but the whole thing of the game is your dad goes to work for this guy who's kind of a robber baron and ends up like disappearing. And so you have to go and investigate what happened to your family. And it is a very anti-capitalist message it's very anti-robber baron. Like there's talks about child labor, things like that. So it actually covers a lot of like very interesting kind of topics, just all through a little funny game. So it's well worth playing. It's a 30-minute live stream. It premiered earlier today. It's I just play through the introductory area to give you an idea of what the game is like. And it was fun. So
cool.
Yep. I advertised it a little bit on Blue Sky, and Tim Schafer and some other people, Lee Petty, who this was one of his games. They both liked and shared it and stuff. So it was it was very cool to get a little like, like notice, on that. So
I really like the concept of that game. That's a very intriguing way.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of it's $10 right now. It typically goes on sale for all the summer sales and things like that, and all the sale events. It's on Steam, it's on GOG. I think it came out, it was on like PlayStation Network. I think if you have an Xbox, it's right now it's on Game Pass for free.
Free, perfect.
So you can play it if you have some of those other machines. I don't have game consoles, so I have to stick to the computer, but it is fun, and it's super fun for free. And it's fun at $10. It'll be fun when it's on sale too.
Well,
right.
Here in a
video
month.
games, I look at how much it costs you to go to a movie these days.
Yeah.
It's probably way more amount of fun than going to a movie, and it costs way less.
Yeah, it's I think it's about a 10-hour game. If you do absolutely everything that you can possibly do, you solve all the puzzles, you do all the little, because it's part puzzle game, it's part kind of adventure, it's and it's all like very tongue-in-cheek, considering the subject matter. But it is works out to $1 an hour, so not too bad.
It's a lot of entertainment value.
Yes.
A lot of entertainment for $10, so it's worth checking out. And actually, I think it's again, I think it's free on the Game Pass or something right now. So I mean, you can play it at no charge. So give it a shot. See what you think.
Awesome. Well, it's funny how like back in the day, video games were way too expensive. Frankly, or it's like, they're so expensive. But then when you look at it, and you go, well, you're getting 20 hours or 15 hours or 100 hours.
Yeah,
or not that expensive.
Over 800 hours in Skyrim.
Sure. Yeah, that's it, right?
Not that I know anybody who would do that.
No. Eric, did you play Skyrim for 800 hours?
I think it was actually more like 600. I can't remember now. It's been a while.
If you enjoyed your time,
I did.
Time well spent.
Yeah.
Your $70 initial purchase was well spent.
Yeah. The great thing about aging and getting to my age, if I wait another 5 years, I will have forgotten everything that happens in the game. I can play it again.
Yeah.
Actually, I enjoy that lately with movies. I'll often say to Angela, I'll be like, have we watched this before? She'll be like, oh yeah, we watched this. I'm like, I don't remember any of it.
Books, same thing.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones. If you had to ask me what happened in that series, which I read
everybody
every book
dies.
and I watched every episode, couldn't tell you. I give you a basic idea what kind of happened, but yeah, I am actually planning on going back and rewatching it now that the Knights of the Seven are.
I usually read the books for things before I watch anything, just to make sure you get the best experience.
Yeah,
and of course he stopped writing them, so it kind of threw me off.
And he was just sort of they would call him to ask questions for the last season, and it's
everybody
dies.
Yeah, just kill him off.
Just kill him.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
I've got my money. Eric, actually, I made to mention to you that the gentleman that makes this game,
yes,
there's a company in Canada that makes these boxes for about $2 Canadian a box.
Really?
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to get their contact information and send it to you.
Thank you, because I learned a lot making these.
I was explaining to him about what was going on. You were hand making the boxes, and he thought it was like crazy that you couldn't find an affordable box maker in the States.
Yeah, it just, and by the time I spent what I did to do this, I really wasn't saving any money. My hands are killing me in making these now. It's like 5 every other week. It's all I can manage.
Yeah.
So,
Ron, how did you enjoy assembling your box? And is there a plan to assemble more, or was it?
Mine is really simple because it's fake. But I've made several of these fake boxes now, and I learn a little bit each time. about what
Okay.
you really need to do to make them kind of sturdy and make them like not too bad. But I go to whatever you call it, Walgreens. Walgreens will let you do photo printing, and the 11 by 14 is like $6 or something plus tax. So you just print it, and I cut them out, and then because I've got like the little thing where you can very very finely cut and get all your edges straight and stuff. So I print them, and then I just kind of fold them, and I make the frame, and you stick the frame inside. And this time I was smart because I wrote down the measurements of how big the frame is, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time.
Yeah.
So are you going to create? How big is the game? Do you know how big the game is, size wise?
Couple like gigs or something. It's small. I mean,
so
you
put it on a DVD maybe.
Yeah, and that would be the fun thing, is to actually print a DVD and do all of that. So yeah.
I decided for my next game, which I already have a concept for. I'm not sticking to any kind of schedule because I'm not crazy. I want to make
here first, folks. Eric's going to have it for next VCF Midwest.
No, I am not. I've been too busy reinventing and burning through filament doing 3D printing right now. No, I was going to do that type of folded box that the robot game, and then put a cardboard sleeve in the inside to stiffen it so that it doesn't accordion or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and make it smaller because I'm not going to do a CD this time.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great box. It's a quality, and the nice thing about it's embossed. So this text is actually, three-dimensional on the actual box.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I don't know how they do it so cheaply, but I guess mass production.
That's
how it works.
Yeah, definitely get that information for me. I'd appreciate it.
I will, yes.
Yeah.
And you can support a fantastic Canadian company.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. I would love to just have a pattern for the box where it's basically you could just, because I made my own pattern because I had to kind of learn this as I went.
Right.
And, yeah.
So you can make a template in Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I have a GIMP set of GIMP templates that I use for this.
GIMPlets?
Yeah, GIMPlets. Because I two constraints. I wanted to, because of Gut Bomb's suggestion, I had to make this so it would fit a CD.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is I wanted to make sure I could use an 8.5 by 11 sticky label.
Yes.
And run it through the printer and then fold it around it. And I
right.
just barely can make it fit, So
wait. So the box isn't okay. So the box itself is just a box, and the label is just
it's more than that, Ron.
Okay.
Because
well, tell me about it.
It's box panels. These are independently cut panels. The label holds it together.
Oh,
that's awful.
It's a lot of work. It's precision cutting because I can't just use one of those
paper cutters
things for it.
The finger grabber 6000s.
Yeah. So now one way of doing this is you just score this line and fold. You don't cut. The problem is the chipboard tends to have a ragged edge, and you would feel it on the outside of the box. And I was going for the cleanest box I could make.
I hear you.
I'm going to compromise next time. So,
this appears to be a single piece.
That's die cut. Yeah.
Yeah, that is cut, and then it's glued along the inside.
And that's one piece. That's one sheet of paper. That's bigger than what you could do on a home grade equipment.
Right.
You could do two pieces glued and do that.
Now here's also another idea for you, Eric.
Yeah.
If we look at Grand Theft Auto here,
it's a DVD box. Yeah.
It's a sleeve.
Yeah.
Another option.
That's another option. I've thought about doing that, and with the other box, with just the cardboard shaped, sleeve kind of thing, so that you've got structure to it. Because the thing I don't like about the robots box is that it can crush very easily.
Yeah, it does. Actually, and I have to take my box because it got crushed. I have to follow what's his name from the RMC. It's not the Retro Man Cave anymore. They changed the name. I can't remember. Anyway, he has a video series about how to properly iron and reform boxes if they become damaged.
Yeah.
And apparently that works quite well.
Nice.
So I'm going to try that on the on that box.
So you could take a section of corrugated cardboard, carefully score it in the right shape to make just a folded sleeve to go in that box. It'll
to hold,
keep
it some structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you could also do what several independent bands did, especially in the Newfoundland punk scene back in the 90s. They just went to the dollar store or the used record store, bought other people's records, and then just spray painted their name over the whatever. Like it was Anne Murray's greatest hits, and they just spray painted Sublime or whatever across the front of it, and then that's what they
stencil and spray paint.
Yeah, and then they just put their own record in the sleeve and sent it as it was.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Were they pressing their own albums?
No, I think they got them done up away somewhere, but it was, whatever the cheapest option was. So it was just a record and maybe like a wax paper sleeve or something that it went in, but it didn't come with any, so that's how they sold them. And then I think they followed up with a cassette tape done the same way where they just bought another person's cassette tape and then just spray painted a stencil over whatever was in the cassette tape.
That's an idea.
Yeah. Good enough.
I mean, it's kind of hard now, but it would have been great to do when AOL was giving out CDs in those little, right? You just go get
those sleeves,
file them for free, toss the AOL CD, and right.
I'll tell you though, if you're gonna order 100 or something, you can get them done pretty cheap. So with sleeves, with like color printing, with your data written to them.
Right.
Because
you
I would go that route,
didn't you? Yeah. Ron, you got a bunch of CDs pressed, didn't you?
No, not pressed, but just I got them custom printed. They were just CDRs, but they were custom printed, so then I could record them. Right. So I have a couple of them here, but they're all out of reach at the moment. So
I'm waiting for the Christmas Macintosh album. The follow up. Christmas Macintosh album.
Yes, Dark Side of the Mac. It's on YouTube. You can go listen to it.
You need to take the video you did at VCF and really compress it down so that it's very crappy and put it on a CD along with a music track.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I purchased labels, printed them, and then made my own
CD stomper.
CD stomper because they want stupid amounts for these things online. So I just designed one in 3D printer.
I've got a box of 4 or 5 of them because I used them back in the day. But I remember for every 10 that you made, 1 would destroy your CD-ROM drive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is like new old stock CDRs, and about 1 in 10, it vibrates itself trying to tear it apart.
Yeah. I remember we were in high school, I think it was. We wanted to see what the absolute limit of a CDR was for speed, rotational speed. So we put it on a grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like 20,000 RPM. Instantly gone into many, many little pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray paint a cereal box. I like that.
There you go. If you got one of the smaller cereal boxes, they're kind of soft, large, big box software size.
Yeah.
Right. What's the Swedish cereal?
Muesli.
Muesli. That comes in a smaller box usually. Usually.
Nuts.
Yeah, grape nuts. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So we have a little over less than a month. Actually, we've got a little over 20 days, basically, till Marchintosh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Any plans? I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to do some Capitalist Pig videos because I think that's hilarious. Ron, you talked about maybe you have an interview that's coming out. Is there anything else you're planning on doing for Marchintosh?
Yeah, I've actually.
Are you putting on Global Talk?
Well, I'll be doing some Global Talk content and stuff too. So probably it'll be like a getting kickstarted, or I'll have a video that'll go out that is basically like how to get kickstarted with Global Talk with virtual machines. So there's been a couple of videos and stuff like that, but it's really easy anymore. And there may be some innovations with the snow emulator between now and then that might make it where basically you can just kind of just pick up and run with that. And that's a lot easier than QMU and other things. So I'm just waiting to see what shakes out on that. I haven't started my video. I've got a outline of a script of what I want to accomplish, but I actually have I've got 2 interviews that are specific for Macintosh and Marchintosh type content. I've got 2 videos that'll come out on Tuesdays. I'll do some live stream stuff, and we'll see what else happens. It's and a lot of my stuff I end up just basically cheerleading for other people, so that it takes up a lot of my time during the month. But
for sure.
Yeah.
And where can people go, for those who are not familiar with Marchintosh, where can people go to actually learn about Marchintosh?
Well, they can go to marchintosh.com.
Awesome. And they have some tutorials there about different things as well.
It's basically how you participate. It's basically it's the original Macs all the way up through Intel era stuff, Mac OS 10, the classic versions of the Mac operating system. It's all you can participate. The only thing that's not really covered right now would be the M1 machines, since those are like the latest greatest stuff. But basically anything that's kind of deprecated,
that Apple's forgotten,
like the stuff that's kind of discontinued and stuff. It's really, we're celebrating all of that. So
unsupported.
Yes.
Loved,
forgotten Mac.
Loved, but not part of the.
Now I want to do a Marchintosh video where it's like the SPCA video, but with like sad derelict Macs.
Yeah.
Like for with Sarah McLachlan playing in the background.
Yeah.
I think we must make that happen. That's going to be a thing.
That would be funny.
But we can't use Sarah McLachlan, so I'll have to use some like.
No, she got mad. She, I think, asked them to finally stop using that song. So either that or they were like it. Basically, it was. Yeah. Yep. I don't necessarily.
We could save if we didn't pay this royalty for the song.
Well, I don't even know that they were really paying a royalty for it. I'm sure that it was just something where it was set up to be like, this is my charitable donation, but it's now I'm going to take this back because I'm going to use it for something else. So.
Right.
It's fine.
And Eric, do you have any plans for Marchintosh?
Well, we're going to have our first event, so
right.
I'll probably put something on a info board for that at the event. I've been thinking about a couple of things. Hopefully if I can get off of this 3D print job I'm killing myself with. I'm hoping that this is the last version.
What are you printing? What are you printing?
Oh, I got geeked out about there was a product in the 80s that was a floppy disk box. So imagine, like,
dig if you will,
something like this.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Okay, with a knob on here, with a camshaft that went through it, and if you rotated it, individual floppies would pop up.
I remember those.
So you select it. You look online, and there was 2 of them sold in Australia 3 years ago. Yeah. The company now makes like computer cleaning accessories, like spray stuff for cleaning and stuff. They don't really do. They used to sell floppy disks and then computer accessories. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I bet you I could 3D print that.
Yeah.
I'm on version 6 now.
Nice.
of trying to
Well,
get the
in fairness,
yeah.
the Mac OS wasn't great until 7.5, right?
Right.
So,
But I have a trash bag now, a 13-gallon trash bag of failed prints. And I went through a spool and a half of filament, and but I'm getting really close.
have you looked at setting up a recycler for yourself? They're actually not.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe there is a place I could take this.
Oh no, you can make it yourself. You can recycle the filament, and then you
that's
have
another
to put
project.
filament.
That's another project.
So, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm not. There's no way I'm going to print and sell these things. It takes 2 days to print the components.
Right.
Yeah, you just put it out there and let people go.
I'll just put it out there, and people that want it, if they really want something like that, at least I've suffered through trying to get it to work.
I mean, it would be cool to print it in, the platinum color or one of the apple like colors to match your Macintosh. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, the original was beige.
Yeah,
because of the period.
Most things were beige.
Yes, they were. And then the other, what I am going to do though is I'm going to make an SD card sized version.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Which is going to be a royal painted miniaturized to this small with a 3D print camshaft kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But that would be more printable.
What are you using for your design software? Are you using SolidWorks or?
Oh God, no. I don't do any kind of parametric CAD, so I'm using, of all things, Tinkercad.
Tinkercad, okay, yeah.
The Lego set for designing 3D prints.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
That's what we start with in my classes. We start with Tinkercad, and then we might go up to like what's the other one that we use? It's in between SolidWorks and Tinkercad. There's another one that we use. It's free for education.
There's been a couple of times where I've made an attempt, and Gut Bombs offered to help a lot with this, to do proper CAD software. But I just want to get things done right now.
Fair enough.
That's a brain investment, and Tinkercad just makes sense to me. So, I can assemble Legos.
Well, it's that whole mindset of like block coding. Same idea, right? It's block CAD basically.
Yep. And it's both additive and subtractive, so it's not that difficult. They have added some new features recently. You can just bind things together so that you can treat it as one object. They didn't really do that without fusing them before.
Right. And then you can undo it. You could undo it after the fact, and that way you don't lose the individual pieces.
It helps for kind of setting things up to do it.
Cool. Well, it's all very exciting. I'm excited for Marchitosh. I think it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun, month as it often is. I've got to get a computer up and running. My 7200 is no longer booting, so I have to figure out what's going on there. But we'll see.
A 7200. That's why.
Yeah,
it's not booting.
It works sort of. I think it's the power supply. It probably needs a recap. It's never been done, so maybe that's something I'll work on. I'll order up the cap. Cool. I would also like to get one of my classic. I forgot to mention I have another video movie gig. That's going to start hopefully next week, and they want a vintage Apple computer lab from the 1980s.
Nice.
So they're taking all of my Macintosh compact Macs, and they're going to use them. Obviously, there's going to be a couple of Macintosh pluses in there and a few classics. So obviously that's going to be a little not correct, but they'll be far enough, hopefully in the back that you won't see them.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
The couple of 512s that I have and the 128 that I have will be sort of front and center. So that should be a fun thing. And then they also want an early 2000s computer lab. So that was fun. And they want a Hero laptop, which I've actually got a perfect 1999 Sony Vaio that was never used. It's still new.
Nice.
I don't know why somebody would have bought a Sony Vaio back in 1999 because it would have been a very expensive laptop.
Yeah.
And never use it.
Right.
I think it came from a law firm, so I want to think that maybe they had bought a bunch of them, and this was like a spare one.
Yeah.
That never got used.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah.
That happens.
It was back from the time when Vio was actually like a quality product and actually did, a good job. But yeah, so it's weird not having Sony as a computer producer anymore. I don't know if you. I mean, I never bought Vios, but I always remember going to the Sony store in the mall and looking at them, going, "Oh, they're such nice looking machines," and they were the official computer of James Bond.
Yes. Well, I mean, it is entirely possible that they are still, they're still making computers, but they're like PS5s and things like
Right,
that.
right, and they still do produce personal computers in Japan.
Yeah,
just not here.
Yeah,
there's no North America market. Cool, that's exciting. Yeah, it's March should be a fun time. So yeah, I'm hoping to get one of my classic Macs back up and running. I got to order a bunch of Ron's hardware. I need a couple of video outs and a few other things to be able to do some video recording from my compact Mac. So if you need to order such things, where can people find your stuff, Ron?
Oh, I guess they can find it at jcm-1.com.
Exactly. Find purveyors of all things for your vintage computer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's jcm-1.com.
Yeah, they'll find some stuff there.
Cool. All right. Well, we're about an hour and 6 minutes in.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else they want to discuss before we close the meeting?
That's it. It was unfortunate to not see Frank, but my understanding is Frank is still digging out.
Yes, he said there was quite a large amount of snow on his property.
Yeah, like that they had gotten some additional snow that had that delayed him from being here this evening. So it was a possibility, but we've seen more of him in the last couple of months than we have seen him in the last year.
100%.
So I think that I still think we're on a good course here.
Progress, not perfection.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's key in everything. So
yep.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, as it always is a slice to have you here with me. I appreciate you being here.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everybody at home watching. Ron, do you have any pearls of wisdom?
I would just say that this week, remember with everything else that's kind of going on in the world, to just kind of do your best to give people a little extra space and a little extra patience.
Awesome. Well, everybody, have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you here in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.